Well, good evening, racing fans. Welcome to Racing Action from Grand River Raceway for this Wednesday evening. Our first race will go to post in approximately 20 minutes. The track listed is fast. It is cloudy. There is a small threat of rain, but it's not going to rain. We have 10 races lined up for you this evening, and let's get right to the changes. Note in race number 1, number 2, Cat is changing equipment open to blind bridle. That's open to blind bridle. 4, War Philly is scratch 4, War Philly. And number 5, Shimar's Lady Havoc, bridle change, blinkers to blind bridle, and adding a Murphy blind on the right. The second race, there were no changes. No changes, race 2. Race number 3. Number 3, unpolished. A shoe change, steel to flip flops up front. That is race 3, 3 unpolished, steel to flip flops up front. The fourth race, no changes. No changes, race 4. And race number 5, 1 Slick and Sporty is scratched. And scratch 5, Joe King. Race of 5 scratches of 1 and 5. So now we're left with a field of 4. Races 6, 7, and 8 if no changes. No changes, races 6, 7, or 8. Ninth race, 1 Powerful Spirit has a missing chart line from the 25th at Woodbine. 6th beaten 5 1/4 and 157 and 2. That's 6th beaten 5 1/4 in 157 and 2. And the 10th race, no changes, no changes, race number 10. Once again, reviewing races 1 and 2. Race number 1, number 2, Cat, a bridle change, open to blind bridle. 4, War Philly is scratched, and 5, Shimar's Lady Havoc is got a bridle change, blinkers to blind bridle, and adding a Murphy blind on the right. And the second race, no changes. It is currently 16 minutes to post time, and time to welcome in our handicapping experts. Robert Ray Jr. live from the Newmarket Mansion. Robert, any thoughts about what you saw here Monday night with the 2-year-olds and how that stacks up into next Monday?
Oh, listen, I thought it was a fantastic night of eliminations and a great card overall on Monday night, Gary. And obviously, I'm just thrilled that I'm going to be on site for Industry Day, just 5 days away now. And you know what? My big takeaway after watching the replays again was how dominant Doug McNair was and Team McNair was. It was incredible how, their horses all came to play. And I think that Doug just proved once and for all that he's one of the best half miler drivers in Canada and beyond. And not to take away from the fact that he's also just one of the best drivers overall. So my big takeaway was certainly that Team McNair is going to be real tough come Monday.
Well,
And
go ahead, go ahead.
no, you go ahead.
Well,
I'm
there
just
is one
curious to
thought.
listen.
I don't want to get steered off of this. I want to end up taking Koopaloop. I know it's post position 7 in the Battle of Waterloo, but I saw something there that tells me I want to be the guy that's the only guy taking Koopaloop, and we'll see if because I don't think that's the logical one.
No, not at all. And I mean, listen, I'm okay with you taking that one. If you, I would bet you're going to be a lone wolf, and that's not to take it away from the horse. But post 7, as we know, is so difficult. So, for me, I'm going to be on Team McNair. But tonight we got a great card, folks. It's a wonderful Wednesday. We got 10 dashes for you. And as always, Gary and I will come back in about 8 minutes to post to break down that pick five wager.
The Ontario Select Yearling Sale returns in 2022. The sale will be held September 25th at Winback Farm of Canada in Inglewood, Ontario. The sale lineup features first crop yearlings from Jimmy Freight, McWicked, and Stag Party. Introducing the first North American yearlings from The Bank. For more information, visit OntarioSelectYearlingSale.com. Winback Farm was the #1 breeder in Delaware, New York, and Ontario for 2021 sire stakes. Highlighting Winback Farm's 2022 lineup are first crop yearlings from Courtly Choice, Jimmy Freight, McWicked, and Stag Party. Introducing the first North American yearlings from The Bank. Visit www.winbackfarm.com for sale lineups. Again, for more information, that's winbackfarm.com.
Well, just about 8 minutes away from post time to the opener here on Wednesday night at Grand River Raceway in Elora, Ontario. It is time to take a look at one of my favorite wagers here at the river. It is the Pick 5 Guaranteed Pool, $2,500. And to get started right away at the top of the card, Gary and I always map out suggested wagers for you, and we've done so again this evening. And mine, I might want to call an audible here as we're going through it, but let's take a look at my ticket. We're going to already spend a little more than I typically like to, but I think there's some opportunities in this sequence this evening. We're going to start off with 4 of the 6 here in the opener, and I went in that direction because I really think that there's some price opportunities in the opening 2 races. So 2, 3, 5, and 7 here in the first. Top selection in the race is going to actually be the 2 Cat, who's 3-1 right now. So 4 deep in the opener. In the second race, I'm actually going to add a horse to it. I did call an audible in this one. We're going to go 2, 3, 4, and 5 in that one. It will increase the ticket cost a little bit, but I'm going to add the 5 and actually make that one my top selection of the race too, after going back and kind of reviewing the race again. So going to add the 5 in there. So it is going to be the 2, 3, 4, and 5. Keeping a secret is going to be my top choice now in race number 2. So make note of that, folks. The 5, keeping a secret, is going to be my top selection now. In race number 2, and adding that one into the pick 5 wager. In race number 3, the 1 and 3, now unpolished, that flip-flops up front is something that very much worries me now for unpolished. She's made a break in 2 of her last 3, and that's not something that really gives me confidence she's going to be a little more sure in her feet tonight. So I am using the 1 and 3 in there, headline maker and unpolished 1-3, but I would say that maybe you'd want to add some other ones in there now. That's, as you see fit, but unpolished is one that I'm a little more leery of now. Top choice, but yeah, flip-flops up front, something I'm not a big fan of. In race number 4, singling the 5, what I need is a man. Easy winner last time, same post this time, 40 cents to the dollars last time, and I think that definitely the one to beat in there. I don't want to try to beat her and get creative in there. I'm just going to single her and hope for value in the other legs. And then the closing one, well, even when it was a 6-horse field, I was only going 2 deep, and now it's a 4-horse field. We're still going with Prince Adair as my top selection. I thought he got a really tough trip last time. This time around, I hope he goes right to the front and gets an easier time of it. But Mock Jacobs raced well here too back at the river, and then was an easy winner at Hanover last time. Got to use that one, 2-6 in there. And that adjusted ticket now will be $12.80 for a 20-cent wager, adding in the 5 in race number 2. Let's see what Gary's got for us tonight.
Well, I'll tell you, in the first race, I did not use the 5, but I did use the 2, 3, and 7. The 5 didn't race well, but last time up, but is making a bunch of equipment changes and definitely could be dangerous bouncing back. But I took 3, the 2, 3, and 7. In the second race, I only have the 2 and 3, so I went a little short, and you're taking the 5, keeping a secret up top. I wasn't sure what to make of that, Philly, but I do look at that back half of the qualifier. I think I understand where you're going. In race number 3, the 3 and the 1, and I heard a rumor that you don't like flip-flops up front, but I'm going with the 3 and 1 anyway, Rob. And in the fourth race, I have a couple, the 1 and the 5. 5, what I need is a man, but just runaway heiress, just in case, although actually it is the 1 and the 5. I'm not sure what happened there. And, oh, I see, I know what happened. And in the fifth race, it's the 2 and the 6. The 5 is scratched, so it's the 2 and the 6 in the fifth race. So in that fourth race, it is the 1 and the 5, and in the fifth race, it'll be the 2 and the 6. But it comes out to $9.60. Rob, we need to last longer than the first race. That's why I took a few more horses, and you went 4 in this, because we've been getting knocked out in race 1 a couple of times. Not good.
Yeah, it's been tricky. And actually, when I looked at the sequence tonight, I thought that the tougher races were more early on, and maybe that's a good thing, right? Give us more coverage, so at least we can last a little bit longer. But we have several paths to victory where we can both punch a winning ticket tonight, Gary. And I think that it's one that can be formful, but there's a few things in this sequence that I think of the certain favorite here and there gets beat. We could see some real big payouts. But we got 3 minutes away, folks. So the horse will be moving out onto the track for the opener. Make sure you map out your winning tickets for this pick five sequence. Guaranteed pool $2,500. We'll come back after the post break. Take a closer look at the first race.
Field 4, race 1 on parade. 1 is Scotia Nancy Diane Travis Henry for John Gaskell and John Matheson. Number 2 is Cat. It is Nick Boyd for James Dean and Willem and James McKenzie. Number 3 is My Baby Girl. It is Anthony Hahn for Gaetan Hebert. And number 5, Shimar's Lady Havoc, Sylvain Lacaille for Peter Finnegan and Sheila Lewis. And number 6, Betty's Bay, Bruce Richardson for Jacob Murray and Englewood Stables. And 7, My Only Sunshine, Colin Kelly for David Fry and Stewart and Patricia Bolander. It's a field of 6. It's race number 1, first of 10 dashes on a wonderful Wednesday night as we are gathered at the river. And let's get a look at this field. And, well, Rob, we both think that the 2 is the cat to beat here. A 5-year-old mare that, well, only 1 win last year, 1 win this year. But yet, you know what? I think this could be the spot, Rob.
I think it is too. I really do. I thought that she raced a lot better in her latest effort. She was overland for part of the mile, ended up finishing 5th at a race that was won by Major League, and now comes back in the same class. And I love the fact that we're open to blind tonight, okay? Because that should mean she's going forward off the gate, right? And if she goes forward off the gate in here, I think she has a real big chance. And I love the price right now at 7-2. Nick Boyd knows this horse very well, and I think that he can get her to the lead, or at least sit maybe a 2-hole trip, and she can be tough against this group in the lane. I think that her main competition, obviously, you've got to give some respect to My Baby Girl. But My Only Sunshine looks like the one that, maybe you've got a beaten here. Outermost post, even though it's only post 6 now, I still think that might hinder her enough that Cat can get the job done.
Well, there's a look at My Only Sunshine, and from post position 6, you do see 52 and 4 at Mohawk and 52 and 3 going 3 and 4 back. So definitely some speed and some 52 and changes even further down the page.
Yeah, looks sharp on the track right now as well, so that's something to also consider. But I thought she would get bet down to favoritism, even though she has the outermost post, 7-5 right now on the board, and finished fourth last time. Was kind of in the same time zone as those other horses that were coming over from Mohawk Park, Major League, and Nightlife Sealster. Couldn't get to a Sham of Amber, but still was a respectable fourth. I just think that she looks like a horse that's going to get bet down in here, but doesn't have to win, and I think she needs the right kind of trip to win. So I wanted to go against her on the win end of it and look for a price, and that's where we're sitting right now with Cat.
Now, number 5, Shimar's Lady Havoc makes a bunch of changes, and look at only 2 races ago, raced very well here, and you see some speed on the big track. That last race wasn't good, but it was also post 7.
It was, and you get away back, from post 7, and then you kind of just lose, distance to the field. And Major League obviously is much tougher than anything in here tonight. And you could say even the top 2 finishers, if not top 3 finishers in there, were dominant. And then My Only Sunshine, of course, finished fourth. But I think that Shimar's Lady Havoc is one that if you go just 2 back, you say, okay, well, she can be competitive against this group. And 8-1 on the board, I'd say she is the value from a price perspective. You've got other horses all taking support. She's getting overlooked, and I think she should be in the conversation, with the top 3 or 4 horses in the field. So from a pure value perspective, she might be the horse that you're supposed to bet to win, but definitely one I want to have in my pick 5 because she's a bust out.
Number 3, My Baby Girl. I used this one second. And My Baby Girl is one that, last year was really good as a 5-year-old. This year, not so much.
Yeah, 0 for 9 so far this season. Now, she's been the type in the past that she gets kind of hot, so she gets better, and then all of a sudden she wins races, strings them together. Maybe that's going to happen soon. This is second start back off a layoff, so it's possible she comes up with a much better effort tonight. But, I couldn't get there if she was going to be a shorter price. 5-2 on the board, I think that's probably even still a little bit short in my opinion. I'd rather go with Cat or even one like Shimar's Lady Havoc at 6-1.
Well, it is a field for race number 1. First of the pick 5, and taking up their positions, Scotia Nancy Diane and Cat on the inside of the center, My Baby Girl, and Shimar's Lady Havoc to the outside. Betty's Bay, My Only Sunshine.
Sing it.
It's a field of 6. Race number 1. Here they come. They're at the start of the drive. Scotia Nancy Diane Cat, My Only Sunshine is on the outside, and My Baby Girl is racing fourth, and then Shimar's Lady Havoc and Betty's Bay. It is Cat right now, wants to be the front-stepping Cat as they race on into the backstretch, and Cat now is going to clear the lead, but My Only Sunshine is on the outside and is moving. My Only Sunshine and Colin Kelly is now going to drive up and clear to the front. Cat's racing second, Scotia Nancy Diane is third. My Baby Girl, then Shimar's Lady Havoc and Betty's Bay. And it is My Only Sunshine who's got the lead. The opening quarter, 28 seconds. Cat is racing second. Scotia Nancy Diane is racing third. And then fourth, My Baby Girl in front of Shimar's Lady Havoc and Betty's Bay as they work their way off the turn. My Only Sunshine and Colin Kelly. Cat is racing second as they come up towards us. My Baby Girl is now coming quickly. My Baby Girl is alongside now My Only Sunshine of a 57-3 halftime. It is My Only Sunshine, and on the outside, My Baby Girl is only but a length back. Inside third is Cat racing for Shimar's Lady Havoc a second over. And then fifth, Scotia Nancy Diane and Betty's Bay is well back. It is My Baby Girl now. On the outside is alongside My Only Sunshine. My Baby Girl now is going to take a lead of a half a length as they roll by 3/4 in 1:26. And My Baby Girl now has taken over. My Only Sunshine is second. Cat is racing third on the inside. Then Shimar's Lady Havoc and Scotia Nancy Diane. It is My Baby Girl striding away in the field now. And My Baby Girl as they come on down the stretch drive and is gone on the field. My baby girl's gonna win it by about 7 or 8 lengths. My only sunshine was second. Then Shimar's Lady Havoc and Cat won 54-1. My baby girl's second start back was the ticket, Rob.
Yeah, and I think it's safe to say that she's back in fine form. Well, that was a monstrous performance. Comes first over and just crushes. I mean, Anthony Hahn, tight lines to the wire, 54-1, and just leaves everyone else in her dust. So, also, Gary, I'm impressed. You're able to give out sports scores during the race call and also sing us a little song.
Well, just a touch of a little singing there. We got to stay to the job at hand. I'm a serious professional. Yeah, okay.
You are. You always are.
No, not really. But I'll tell you, that was a professional effort by my baby girl. We saw Anthony Hahn look over his right shoulder in the stretch drive, and there was nothing to look at.
Yeah, and we always, mention, regular rotation, second start back, third start back, those kind of things as being so important. And I honestly thought that my baby girl and my only sunshine would both get bet down significantly tonight. They both did. And that might be a good spot to look for value. Well, we didn't need to look for value because she was tons the best, and she absolutely crushed. So, we went four deep. Well, I went four deep. I think you went three deep, and we end up getting the favorite down 6-5 shot in the open leg of the pick five.
Well, we looked at the right ones, and we did manage to get past the first race. That's certainly nice, and just the wrong order. In fact, my baby girl was your fourth one, but look at if you'd have known that she was going to step up like that, obviously you could have taken a shot on top.
Yeah, it makes the game pretty easy, and I can't be upset, right? I mean, Kat gave the effort that I was looking for, at least initially, getting away well and sitting the two-hole trip. She just couldn't go with them tonight. Shamar's Lady Havoc third at 14-1, but no question about who the best was tonight, my baby girl.
Well, back in front of us is number 3, my baby girl, a 6-year-old Sunfire Blue Chip Bay mare owned by Kate Bear. Who's also the trainer Anthony Hahn, the winning driver. It's the first win this year, 13th lifetime, my baby girl. The first race payouts 3, my baby girl, 440, 270, 227. My only sunshine, 270, 220, and 5. Shimar's Lady Havoc, 350. $2 exactor, 930. Dollar try, 1570. The dollar superfected, 2185. The second dash is up next in 10 minutes. And note in the second race, we have a field of 7, second half of the double. The first race order finished from the tops of 541 scratch 362. That's 541 scratch 362. Field for the second. On parade one is Get Back, Stare Right, a rush for Steve Watson and All Star Farms. And number two, Feel It in Your Hands, Anthony Hahn for Tampa. And number three, Sweetest Hustle, Colin Kelly for Bill Butt and Frank Galamaki and Tony Maselli. Four is All of Prima, Chalamore for Melissa Lamoureux. And number five is Keeping a Secret, Lyle MacArthur, Linda Wildwood, and Tammy Aspen. And number six, American Land, John Flanagan for Catherine Flanagan and Winters Racing. And number seven, Saga, it's Jay Harris for Claire Bradshaw and Brian Jamison. Field of seven, the second race, and well, let's get a bird's eye look at this field for the second race, live from the mansion in Newmarket. And Rob, you're going with five, Keeping a Secret at 5-1.
Yeah, this one took a lot of early money. I mean, very big price in the double off of a 6-5 shot, but took a lot of early money. Opened off at around 9-5, held at 2-1 until just recently. But this is a half sister to Secret's nephew, who's won nearly 1.2 million in her life, and has a couple other decent siblings as well. Secret's other nephew and JJ's Delivery, and Lyle MacArthur certainly knows how to get one ready. And that qualifier, July the 20th, Gary, I had to go back and watch it a couple more times and try to figure out, 204 and 2, right? It's pretty, on the slow side compared to what she's racing against tonight. But the track was a second off, and it was effortless. I mean, came from way out of it and really was under no urging at all. Last quarter was 31 seconds, but got up against, a decent enough horse in Novum Hanover, who's already won twice in their career. So I think this might be a good place to go shopping tonight. 4-1 on the board is not so bad, but should offer a lot more value in the pick five.
Well, certainly, and that would be great to keep going in the pick five. Number three, Sweetest Hustle, 5 runner-up finishes, 3 in a row. Problem is, hasn't raced since the 27th of June, off sick.
Yeah, it's interesting, this one, because she's been on the cusp of winning many times, and hit the board in 8 of 12 so far in her career. Now, what might change things for her now? Well, moves to the barn of Bill Budd. So I've been a fan of Billy, especially the first time he gets one, in to go. And yes, been off time, but I don't mind that as much when they move barns, because now that new trainer's had more time with the horse. And I think that she might come out tonight and make a good account of herself, and maybe she loses that seconditis and gets the job done. She gets to work from a decent post, and it gets Colin Kelly aboard for the first time, and I think 6-1's an overlay on her. So the two that I would have gone to if I was pushing pick five tickets, like taking some push horses, it would have been Keeping a Secret and the 3 Sweetest Hustle.
Well, number 4, Alla Prima, I think, is one that could be dangerous, but I didn't use this one on the pick five ticket because of that break last time out. But this is a filly that was good here 2 races ago from the trailer post. Battled hard on that one.
Yeah, and it didn't matter last time. Chelsea's Twilight was going to win by a football field no matter what happened, but this one could have got a piece of it with if not for that miscue, and took support down to 3-1 in that effort after finishing second to Greedy Gracie from the trailing post to start before, and one again, one that has hit the board with frequency, right? 5 out of 10 in the money, and I think if she goes out there and minds her manners tonight, she can definitely get a piece of it. She's another one that is probably a bigger price. Should be at 5-1. And that's because right now all the money is going in the direction of Field in Your Hands at 3-5.
And Feeling It in Your Hands is one that I wasn't sure what to make of. Yeah, you do see the decent speed in the last couple, but over 20 in the win column and just 2 top threes and 20 starts, that doesn't lead me to 4-5.
It doesn't, but I mean, I think a lot of people are looking at it and they're playing connections, right? Gaetan Hebert and Anthony Hahn, and just won the opener by as much as they pleased, and now we're coming right back with one coming from Mohawk Park with Field in Your Hands. I agree with you, though. 0-for-20 life, and I'd like to see her in those races a little bit more. She's kind of faded out of them and not put forth an effort that was, one that I could get behind her in this spot even. So 4 to 5 on the board. She's a favorite to play against, but hey, last race it didn't work out.
Well, a lot of fans did get behind her, but you got behind 5, keeping a secret at 6 to 1. And my second choice, Sweetest Hustle, I did use in the pick 5, so we'll see how this goes. But it's get back stare and feel it in your hands on the inside. In the center, Sweetest Hustle, all prima, keeping a secret to the outside American land. And Saga, it's a field of 7 for the second race. They're approaching the top of the stretch. Here they come. Giddy up. It's a field of 7 for the second into the stretch drive, gathering speed. And the field for the second race is at the start of the rough. Sweetest Hustle, feel it in your hands. Saga from the outside, and American Land. Saga has bolted out from post 7, trying now to cross over and take the lead. Sweetest Hustle is racing second. Feel it in your hands is third. Then racing position fourth is American Land. All Prima is fifth, and then keeping a secret and back to get back stare. But Saga at 35 to 1's got the lead as they race on to the opening quarter. Sweetest Hustle's racing second. Feel it in your hands is forwardly placed third. Then it is American Land and All Prima, and keeping a secret and get back stare. And Saga and Jay Harris has the front. Leads at a length and 3/4. Sweetest Hustle second. Feel it in your hands is third. And American Land is racing for the Nanola Prima of a 28-2 opening quarter. They roll up to the half, and Saga and Jay Harris has a lead of a couple of lengths. Sweetest Hustle, there goes Feel It in Your Hands now. Working first over. And American Land is racing fourth. All Prima is fifth. Then it is back to Keeping a Secret. And then back trailing to field is Get Back Stare. It is Saga. Feel it in your hands on the outside is pressuring Saga. And Sweetest Hustle is racing third. And it is right there in the hunt. His Feel It in your hands now sticks ahead in front and grabs the lead from long shot Saga. Then Sweetest Hustle is moved out and is racing third. Alla Prima is fourth, and fifth is American Land. And it is Feel It in your hands. But now here comes Sweetest Hustle. Sweetest Hustle is closing on Feel It in your hands. 3/4, 1:27.4. And now on the outside, Alla Prima has moved up to take over third. Saga fourth, and American Land, and then Keep It a Secret. They turn for home. Feel it in your hands. Sweetest Hustle is chasing. Feel it in your hands, and Sweetest Hustle, as they come to the finish, Feel It in Your Hands has scored a first win. Sweetest Hustle second. Then All Prima in fourth is between Keeping a Secret and Saga. 156-3. Feel It in Your Hands dropped all the way down to 1-5, and did manage to hold off a charging Sweetest Hustle. Pretty low price to take one that's was winless but isn't winless any longer.
Yeah, and a couple of fillies that it had quite a few tries to get their picture taken, going to the wire together there. Feel Your Hands, 21st start of her career. She breaks her maiden. Sweetest Hustle has to settle for another second place finish, but maybe she'll be better next time in getting back in a regular rotation. But yeah, Gary, I can't get there at 1-5 on this one. I mean, she's coming from Mohawk Park. Obviously, that's going to help her getting down to easier competition here at the river. And Gatetown Haybear, it's been the Haybear and Han show in the opening too. I mean, that one won by a smaller margin, but they both raced really well and made good accounts of themselves, and they start the card off with a pair of victories.
It'll be interesting to see if the 7 stayed for fourth, fired out early, because then at least I'd have the straight superfecta.
Wow, look at that, Gary, and it looks like you did get the straight superfecta. So there you go, Gary Guy on the board with a nice one, getting Saga on the ticket at 35 to 1. As soon as she went to the lead from post 7, I could hear you in my head, reminding me all the time that this horse is loaded with gate speed and is going to pop for a victory sooner or later, and ended up finishing fourth at a big price. But you know what? Keeping a Secret is what I'm going to come back to. We're going to put that one on the watch list. First start of her career, and I think she'll do better things in the coming weeks.
Well, it's Anthony Hahn, or as we like to call him, Haagen-Dazs. Haagen-Dazs does it again, taking races, races 1 and 2 with My Baby Girl, and back in front of us with Feel It in Your Hands, the double for Anthony Hahn. And Feel It in Your Hands is a 3-year-old. He's watching Bay filly, owned and trained by Gaetan Hébert. Anthony Hahn winning. It's the first win for Feel It in Your Hands. Lifetime mile of 156 and 3. The second race payouts to Feel It in Your Hands, 260, 210, 210. 3 Sweetest Hustle, 320 and 270 and 4. All Prima, 230, $2 exact rate, $30 try, 745. Dollar Super, 35.75. The double of 3 and 2, 790. The second race over finish in the top 7-1-2-3-5-6-4. That's 7-1-2-3-5-6-4.
Favorites get home in both of the opening two races on the card. Probably keeping many of you alive in the pick five wager. I'm alive, but hey, I had to use quite a few horses to get through those two legs, so not in the best shape for yours truly, but that can all change right now in race number three. Why? Because it's the start of the early pick four. Guaranteed pool, $2,500. It gets started right here in the third race. Let's take a look at what I've got mapped out for you. I'm not going to steer too far away from my pick five wager. We're going to go with the 1 and 3 in this race. So headline maker. Right now it's 6-1 from the rail, and of course unpolished, my top choice, and one that is even money. But you got to be a little bit leery of that one. Made breaks in two
Flip
of her last
flops.
three, and flip flops get had it tonight. And Gary just mentioned it. He knows how much I love those flip flops. And race number 4, gonna single the 5. Just think that she's much the best in there. She proved it last time. I think she wins again in the same post. In race number 5, we're going to go to the 2 and 6. Prince Adair is the one I'm leaning on as my top choice. Just a 4-horse field now, so I think he might bust out of there with the lead and control things, get the job done. But Mock Jacobs raced really good at Hanover last time and a solid effort here in this class. 2 back on the 20th 1 week ago, so got to use the 6 as well in there. So we're just 2 by 2 moving into race 6. We're going to use a pile of them in there, though. It's a trotting event, an interesting looking race. We're going to use the 1, 4, 6, and 7. The one Arch Ruler is going to be my top selection in there. Love the fact that he gets the rail control tonight. We're going to go 4 deep in there. That ticket's going to cost you $3.20. But let's see what Gary Guy has in store for us.
Well, I'm going to use the same amount of money, $3.20, and I'm going to match the first three because I think you're right. You got to go headline maker and unpolished. Despite your love of the flip flops, you still got to go that way. In the fourth race, what I need is a man. That's the one you got to be on. And in the fifth race, we'll take half the field, the 2 and 6. But this is where we disagree. I'm going to go with 4 horses, the 2, 4, 6, and 8. I have Come Home for Life as my top one, but also I want Royal Leaf, Yeti Set Go, and Ranger Rob. That one came from a long way from post 7 last time out. And I think Ranger Rob, that's been one of my favorite horses. You know that horse, and I love Dave Holliday's barn. So I'll go with the 2, 4, 6, 8, and that makes it $3.20, Rob.
Very similar tickets for myself and Gary. We just see that last leg a little differently, and it's a tough one, folks. That one is a very contentious race. And Ranger Rob, look, post 8, I like the name of the horse. And also Anthony Hahn has won the first 2 tonight, so you can't go wrong putting that one on your ticket. I don't have him, but Gary does, and he is certainly fond of that one. But you've got 1 minute till the horse will be moving out onto the track for race number 3. Start mapping out your winning wagers for this early pick 4 sequence. We'll come back in just a few moments, take a closer look at the upcoming dash.
Field for the third. On parade one, headline maker Austin Sorry for Dag Hendrickson and Gerald Haggerty. Number two, Chili and Toast, Talbot for Bud, Sinclair and Lindsay, Sinclair and Tom Strawn. Number three is Unpolished, Jay Harris for Joe Squires and Crazy Parrot Farm. Four is Jackson Storm, Travis Cullen for Alan Fair and Elizabeth Fair. And six is Storm on Tim, Jason Ryan for Jason Libby and Jacob McCurley. And number seven, Massive Ovation, Paul McKenzie for James McKeag and Jan McKeag. Eight is Arch We Lucky, Wayne Henry for George Henry and William Checkley. And five is Fortune Teller's K. Talbot for Terry Gillette and Triple S Equine. Let's get a look at this field. We'll start with number three, Unpolished, and well, was a little bit unpolished last time out at the start and also 3 races ago, so makes the shoe change to those lovely flip-flops from the steel for this one. Unpolished, Rob, 8-5, getting a lot of love.
And she looks good on the track right now. I mean, she is the one that, you got to think is the one to beat in here, right? I mean, you see all those victories. She's made a couple of breaks, though, in 2 of her last 3, and she had the same post that she has tonight in her latest. And it was interesting because that start 2 back from post 5, she almost like cleared her rivals right off the gate. Last time she was kind of surrounded by them in the first turn as she was accelerating towards the lead, and she made that miscue. Again, she looks fantastic right now, but, I don't know. I just, with that shoeing change to flip-flops, I mean, I'm always one to shy away from those, and also those breaks. I mean, I'm happy I'm not married to her in this pick 4 sequence and in the pick 5, but I do still think, obviously, she's the one to beat.
Now, we both thought if one's going to take down Unpolished, if Unpolished makes a break, or even were to get taken down, although I think we both agree that if she stays flat, it's hers. But Headline Maker is, was beaten only a length to Unpolished July the 6th when Unpolished stayed flat, and Headline Maker gets the inside again.
Yeah, and it's interesting because if you're going to go against Unpolished, might as well take the one that went first over for quite a ways and then was the runner-up to her, right? And comes right back now with the pole position. Now did miss, a little bit of time between starts. We're at a couple of weeks between starts anyways, but I think that, Headline Maker's one that can push out of there from the rail, and if the trip is favorable, I think he can certainly get the job done. 9-2 on the board. I think that's a good price right now on Headline Maker, up from a morning line of 2-1, and I think that that's the one you probably want to land on if you want to beat the even money favorite right now.
Now another one that could at least be a pretty solid play is 6 Storm on Tim. We have the same top 3. We don't see each other's homework until the picks are unveiled, but Storm on Tim we both like as the next best one, and that's a good last race.
It is, and I think you've got to respect really those last couple of races, really, because you see that victory at Sarnia, even, right? You see horse making a lot of breaks, and then went back to the drawing board, qualified after a bit of time, turned in a real nice qualifier, and then went out and crushed in an easier spot. Then came here to the river and went a good trip. Forged to the lead. Thought that he was home. Actually, I thought he was home and cooled in that race after the one that looks like he was going to go on to easy victory, broke stride. But then Rose Run, Why Not nailed him at the wire. So I think that you've got to like him a little bit in here. And 8-1 on the board, I think it's an overlay. But again, that's because Unpolished is going to take the bulk of the support in the win column.
And Fortune Teller's K wasn't that far back of Unpolished 2 races ago here.
Yeah, and it was the third place finisher behind, of course, Unpolished and Headline Maker, and the horse is loaded with early speed. So I think that if Unpolished ever made a miscue, or maybe if Fortune Teller's K wants to get forwardly placed for a favorable trip, that can happen as well. And 8-1 on the board right now is not a bad price.
Well, it is a field of 8 for the third dash. But right now, Unpolished is the even money favorite, taking up their positions. Headline Maker, Chili and Toast, and Unpolished on the inside. Jackson Storm and Fortune Tellers came to the outside. Storm on Tim, Massive Ovation, and Arch We Lucky. Field of 8, third dash on a Wednesday night as we are gathered at the river. Here they come. And off stride is unpolished before the start, and headline maker has broken stride. Chilean Toast, and now leaving out Fortune Teller's K. And now on the inside, that is Chilean Toast giving way as Fortune Teller's K has made a way to the front. Fortune Teller's K now leads it a couple of lengths, and Chilean Toast is second. Jackson Storm third. Then Storm on Tim is racing fourth, and massive ovation and Arch We Lucky. And headline maker with a lot of work to do, and then further back to Unpolished, who broke before the start. It is Fortune Teller's K as they race on to the opening quarter. Fortune Teller's K at 13-1 has the lead, and Chilean Toast is second. Jackson Storm is third, and Storm on Tim is racing fourth, and now Arch We Lucky has moved out. Then it is Massive Ovation, and headline maker has to pass 6 to win. They race off the turn, and right now fronting the field is Fortune Teller's K. Jackson Storm to the outside. Now it's come on to take over second. Chilean Toast is third. Then Storm on Tim and Massive Ovation and Arch We Lucky and headline maker. 1 minute and 2/5 is the halftime. And they work their way on into the backstretch. Fortune Teller's K at 13-1 has a lead of a couple of lengths right now. Chilean Toast, Storm on Tim went off stride. Jackson Storm is racing third, about 2 1/4 from the front. And then Massive Ovation and headline maker is trying to make a huge recovery. 3/4, 129-1. It is Fortune Teller's K who's still moving well. And Tyler is unchallenged with Fortune Teller's K as they reach for the top of the stretch. Chilean Toast is racing second at 35-1. It is Fortune Teller's K as they come on down the stretch drive, and Fortune Teller's K is more than okay. It is Fortune Teller's K to win. Then it's between Chilean Toast and Massive Ovation for second, and then Jackson Storm 159-2. And Rob, this one's going to pay boxcars, the top four, as right away this race changed dramatically at the start.
Yeah, it did. I mean, you know what? It's one of those ones where, you know, if you're going to play her, you've almost got to bet it off the gate. And I mean, this time around, you would have been able to really make a pretty good, wager if you were doing that, because, you know, she made a break, you know, fairly early on. I mean, before the start. And then the problem is the one that we thought could take her down ended up making a break as well. And that was the second choice in the betting. So pretty wild that the two horses that took all the support, Gary, end up jumping it off. And you're right, this is going to be a real big number. And a horse that, you know, we thought that if Unpolished makes a miscue, this is the one that's going to go to the front and try to control the race. 13-1 on Fortune Teller's K.
Well, each of your top three, because also the 6 was your third choice. Storm on Tim made a break. And then, so it goes to your next highest one that doesn't make a break. And Fortune Teller's K, as you mentioned, at 13-1.
Yeah, you know, and listen, we said it, you know, obviously Unpolished was our top choice, and we put our selections in ahead of time. The flip-flops, the change of flip-flops is just another, you know, caution for me on that one, right? So, and then made that break early on. Plus, she's had issues with making breaks recently. So, you know, when she jumped it off, it's not a surprise. And I mean, if you're going to be seeing that, I mean, I guess really we should have taken a stand against her. But I mean, she's been so good when she stays flat, it was tough to do.
And headline maker shows 2 breaks, but both of them are interference breaks. So headline maker didn't show making breaks on her own at all, on his own.
No, that was a big surprise to me. You know, when that miscue happened, I said, okay, well, now we'll get headline maker down, and at least we'll have a good knockout in these multi-legs. But nope, I should have went further down the list here to Fortune Teller's K.
Well, it's going to be a boxcar superfecta. And fans, the inquiry sum go up. The judges reviewing the stretch drive pertaining to 2 Chilean Toast and 4 Jackson Storm. So the inquiry pertaining to the stretch drive between those 2 horses, 2 Chilean Toast and 4 Jackson Storm. But 5 Fortune Teller's K. 4-year-old Angus Hall Bay mare is the winner of the third Triple S Equine of Newton Owens. Terry Gallant's the trainer. Tyler Moore is the winning driver. It's the sixth win this year, eighth lifetime. Fortune Tellers K, 159 and 2. Fans note the judge's ruling that there were no violations and the top four will stand. The third race. Payouts 5 Fortune Tellers K, 2820, 1370, and 680. 2 Chili and Toast, 3080 and 940, and 7 Massive Ovation, 830. $2 Exactor, 414.70. Dollar Try, 366.70. A 20-cent Super, 1343.96. Ka-ching. The third race order finish from the top, 528-41736. That's 528-41736. Field for the fourth race on parade one. Runaway Heiress, Brian McDonough for Mitchell Tierney and Robert and Ron Woodburn. Number 2 is Chocolate Milk Toast, Garrett Rooney for Michelle Sherman. Number 3, Rosella, Bruce Richardson for Daryl Laver and Leanne Davidson and Brooke Kupak. And 4th, Thornhill Bella, Travis Henry for Clifford McGuire and Nancy McGuire. 5 is What I Need Is a Man, Travis Cullen for Jody Cullen and A1 Stable. Number 6 is Premier Bettina, Paul McKenzie for Terry Gillette and Calvin Kep for Field of 6, race number 4. And Rob, What I Need Is a Man is 3 to 5 on the board, but it's awfully tough to go against here, right?
It is, yeah. It's one of the ones that I'd say, the price is going to be short, but it's very hard to go against her because we already saw a preview of what we should see tonight. Last time, same position. She went straight to the lead, and she absolutely crushed her rivals at 40 cents to the dollar, and everyone jumped on her bandwagon after closing, from out of it the start before that. And if you remember, I was the one who actually completely whiffed on that race last time and didn't really have her anywhere, and she went out and just absolutely dominated. So now I'm on the bandwagon. Who knows? Maybe I'm the bad luck. Maybe I'm going to be too much weight for her to carry. I'm a pretty big guy, Gary, and 3 to 5 on the board right now, though. Nothing too sexy about that.
Well, I didn't forget, but I wasn't going to say anything. But the one thing I will say is What I Need Is a Man. Boy, you can be confident from post 5 because the last 2 post 5s were the 2 wins on the card as well.
Yeah, and right here at the river in this class. So, again, it is so hard to go against her, and that's why, I said, okay, I'm just going to single her in the multi-leg wagers.
Now, number 1, Runaway Heiress has a case of seconditis, which, that's not the worst thing to have in horse racing because you consistently get checks. But before that run of 5 runner-up finishes, did win back-to-back races. Runaway Heiress is now on a run of 9 consecutive top 2 finishes. How do you not use her on the exactor ticket?
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. I mean, really, for a horse that, has only, tasted victory 4 times over that stretch, she's been so consistent. I mean, she's missed by a small margin a couple of times, yeah, by a wider one, and a few of those efforts as well. But, she's a horse that, it'd be a pleasure to own, that's for sure, because she goes out there and earns a good check every time she steps out on the track. And one of these times she's going to find the winner's circle again. I just don't think it can be tonight because she couldn't stay with What I Need Is a Man last time. And even with the rail to her advantage, I think it's going to be difficult this time around. But she's done good things for Mitch Tierney since that conditioner claimed her. And I think she'll do something good again tonight, probably finish in the second spot.
And if one's going to come in and split those two, which sometimes happens when we think there's 2 logical ones, Fernhill Bella gets the better post position, and Clifford McGuire's barn is on fire.
Yeah, Fernhill Bella, is one that you've got to look in here for a piece of it. There's no question about it. Last time, difficult trip, first over for much of that mile before finishing third. That was from post 7. And in each of her last 2, she's had to work from that difficult starting spot. So I think that you've got to respect her, somewhere, in the exotics anyways. And the other thing is, too, you've got third start back after a vet scratch lame, too, in that better post. So Fernhill Bella, yeah, in my tries and supers.
And, I got out of order, which Christine's probably used to me getting a little sideways. 3, Rosella is actually your third one. And Rosella has been earning more than $1,000 to start this year off a win.
Yeah, you know what? And she loves it in the barn of Daryl Laver. She's done good things for this barn, multiple stints with them as well. And last time was a winner that came against male competition at Dresden. And I think that she's one that you've got to keep an eye on, especially at a price in here. I wouldn't mind her even in the exacta spot because she's capable of being very competitive against this group with her best.
Well, it is a field of 6 for race number 4. The fans are on. What I Need Is a Man. Would have liked or needed better than 4 to 5, but didn't anticipate getting it. And taking up positions, Runaway Heiress, Chocolate Milk Toast on the inside, Rosella, Fernhill Bella in the center, the outside. What I Need Is a Man and Premier Bettina. It's a field of 6. It's the 4th dash on a Wednesday night. Field is at the top of the stretch, and here they come. Field for the fourth race is at the start of the rough. Rosella is going to fire out with What I Need Is a Man, Runaway Eris, Chocolate Milk Toast, Fernhill Bella, and then Premier Bettina. What I Need Is a Man wants to drive on. What I Need Is a Man now is able to clear to the front. Rosella is racing second, Runaway Eris third. Then it is Fernhill Bella, Chocolate Milk Toast, and trailing is Premier Bettina. What I Need Is a Man dropped all the way down to 1 to 5 with Rosella in tow in the pocket. Runaway Eris racing third. Then Fernhill Bella, Chocolate Milk Toast, and Premier Bettina. 28 and 1's the opening quarter. What I Need Is a Man, and Travis Cullen needs a second panel breather. Well, doesn't need it, but would like to have one. Rosella is racing second. Runaway Eris is third, and Fernhill Bella is fourth as they come off the turn. Then it is Chocolate Milk Toast and Premier Bettina. What I Need Is a Man as they race on past the half of a 28 and 1 opening quarter. Halftime 57 and 3, 29 and 2 in that second panel, and they work their way into the backstretch. What I Need Is a Man. Rosella right there in the pocket. Runaway Eris is racing third. Now Fernhill Bella is marching on the outside and is taken over third. Runaway Eris is racing fourth, and then Premier Bettina and Chocolate Milk Toast. It is What I Need Is a Man as they race on to three quarters. Fernhill Bella has come on to take over second, Rosella third, then Premier Bettina, who is last now, has passed a couple and is racing fourth, and then Runaway Eris is second last, and Chocolate Milk Toast is back trailing the field. Three quarters, 126 and 2. What I Need Is a Man continues on. What I Need Is a Man. Fernhill Bella chasing, though. What I Need Is a Man. Getting a little urging, but was able to get home and win it by a length and three quarters. Fernhill Bella was second. Then third appeared to go to Chocolate Milk Toast over Premier Bettina. What I Need Is a Man. 154 and 3. We got to see the kind of show we anticipated. Another strong performance, Rob.
Yeah, it was pretty easy in the end. I mean, yeah, Fernhill Bella did, kind of, tighten up there in the stretch, but not much urging required in the final strides here for What I Need Is a Man. Easy winner. Another big mile, from her. The 54 and 3 is no joke over this service here at the River, and now won 3 of her last 4, and will continue to do good things as long as she races in this class.
Yeah, and Fernhill Bella was the only one that really was even in the picture here as they come to the finish. So that's one to keep an eye on now if Fernhill Bella can get away from What I Need Is a Man. Certainly raced better. A couple of trips from post 7. Post 4 worked a little bit better.
And I get it now. You weren't getting out of order, Gary. You were just trying to guide me to the horse that was going to finish second in there.
Well, I was just getting too excited. But you know what? We had the winner, but we can't be excited about the price. 1 to 5 dropped at post time.
No, you can't be excited with the price, but this is kind of a pick sequence, where we could have done things a little bit differently. And of course, it comes favorite. We were both kind of a little bit leery of Unpolished tonight in the third race. And of course, she jumps it off and probably put some value on this ticket, even though we get another favorite down. So now it's 3 favorites, but 1 long price winner with Fortune Teller's K. It'll be interesting to see what these payouts are like tonight, Gary.
And, coming back in front of us is the winner of race number 4. It is number 5, What I Need Is a Man, a 6-year-old Mystery Chase Bay Mare. Owned by A1 Stable, trained by Jody Cullen. Travis Cullen's the winning driver. It's the 5th win this year, 12th lifetime. What I Need Is a Man, 154 and 3. The fourth race payouts 5. What I need is a man, 270, 220, 210. 4 Fernhill Bella, 310 and 270. And 6 Premier Bettina, $4. $2 race actor, 9, $10 try, 31, $70 super, 90, 20. The fourth race. Order it finished from the top. 546213. That's 546213. Field for the fifth on parade. One scratch, two is Prince Adair. Paul McKenzie drives and trains and owns. And number three, Rising Dragon, Samuel Fillion for Sheldon Rose. For his dark moves, Jay Harris for Jonathan Penos and Martin Kepfer. And note that number six will be Mock Jacobs, Tyler Borth for Jonathan Panos and Martin Kepfer. Scratches of 1 and 5. It is a field of 4. We're just awaiting Mock Jacobs and is just entering the track right now. There is Mock Jacobs and Tyler Borth. Well, Rob, we get a field of 4 in the fifth race and final leg of the pick 5. But now the odds have dropped. The odds were quite even all the way along, which surprised me because I think we see this race the same way. Ken Middleton does. And the thing, too, in a field of 4, Prince Adair probably makes the lead, and then you pretty much can get the breather because nobody's going to get parked, you would think.
Yeah, it's one of those things where, you fewer horses in a race, there's usually less action as well, right? Because most of the time they're content with their positioning and Prince Adair, last time that was a real difficult journey. He got away third off the gate from post 6, tried to leave, towards the lead and had to tuck in early, then made a move towards the lead. It looked like he was going to maybe sprint past him, but then Rising Dragon picked him up and left him out there. And it was a real difficult journey before this one faded to finish 5th. And I think that now with, post 2 I loved, but now with rail control, you've got to like him even more because he's got a lot of speed off the gate. He's going to push out of there and he's going to cut it tonight, I would think. And I think it'll be tough to catch. So 4 to 5 on the board right now. I expected it to be odds on with the 2 scratches, and I think he deserves that kind of respect.
And number 6, Mock Jacobs, dominating effort at Hanover last time out and did flash some good speed. Just don't think Mock Jacobs can beat Prince Adair on the inside off the gate. But things could change if Mock Jacobs could sprint out that hard, but I don't see it.
Yeah, I was a little bit sick with that win at Hanover because I did use him in the pick 5, but I certainly would have had a win ticket on him at 6 to 1 if I saw that race live because that start at Grand River, here on the 20th, and that same race that they're all coming out of, it kind of needed room late and then only got beat 3/4 of a length. I thought he raced really well in that effort and then, of course, unleashed a big one at Hanover last time, racing on just 2 days rest. Now comes back on just a few days rest again, and I think he's going to be a player in here. The question is, outermost post, it's only post 4, but it's still the outside of the gate. Does he try to go forward? Maybe he does, but no matter what, there's not too much ground to make up. So I think it comes down to those 2. And I give the lean in the direction of Prince Adair.
Now, Rising Dragon, talk about getting off the gate. This is one that flew off the gate last race, and you do see this one going to the quarter in 27 seconds, May the 2nd at London. Rising Dragon didn't tail badly last time out. That was a fairly decent effort.
Oh, and actually beat Prince Adair, right? So that was the kind of conundrum I was in handicapping this race. Is my rule of thumb is always, if you're going to park someone, you better beat them. Well, Rising Dragon did that. He still ended up beating Prince Adair, so by not letting that one go, it's not like he lost the position. I mean, he certainly lost the war. He won the battle, but he lost the war. But at the same time, it wasn't a terrible effort, all things considered. So right now at 3 to 1 on the board, I mean, the logical one to complete the trifecta to me, and maybe do better than that if he does end up in the 2-hole.
And final thoughts on 4 dark moves.
Just need to see more from him right now. I mean, I guess improving form, show spot in the last 2, but still need to see more from this one. This one was real sharp for a bit, but then tailed off with some maybe some lackluster performances. But I think he might be trending back in the right direction.
Well, right now Prince Adair is 7 to 5 as the favorite, and Mock Jacobs at 9 to 5. They're taking up their positions in behind the gate. Prince Adair on the inside. In the center, Rising Dragon and Dark Moves. And to the outside, Mock Jacobs. It's a field of four, race number 5. They're into the stretch drive, and here they come. And they're at the start of the rough, and Dark Moves is going to bolt out quickest of all. Prince Adair on the inside is now second away, and then Rising Dragon is racing third, and Mock Jacobs is racing position to fourth, and Dark Moves has got the lead. Prince Adair now is going to step to the outside and is moving up. Prince Adair is looking to take the lead from Dark Moves, and Prince Adair is going to take over. Dark Moves is racing second, Rising Dragon third, and Mock Jacobs is fourth. It is Prince Adair with the front, 27-4 the opening quarter. Dark Moves is racing, filling the pocket. Rising Dragon third, and Mock Jacobs is fourth. Prince Adair 4-5 on the board. Off that 27-4 opening quarter, they're 4 in a line now, and it is Prince Adair looking for that second panel breather as they come up to the half. Dark Moves filling the pocket. Rising Dragon third, and Mock Jacobs is racing fourth. And that halftime was recorded in 57, a 29-1 second panel. And it is Prince Adair who's got the front, and Prince Adair leads it. And Dark Moves is racing second, Rising Dragon third, and Mock Jacobs is positioned fourth. It is Prince Adair as they race on down the back stretch. Dark Moves has been good since the get-go and is filling the pocket on the back of Prince Adair. Mock Jacobs now has stepped out, and Rising Dragon on the inside, and they roll by 3/4, 127, and it is Prince Adair. Dark Moves has been bravening up in the pocket, and Mock Jacobs is on the outside third now, and Rising Dragon is trailing the field. Prince Adair getting some urging by Paul McKenzie. Here comes Mock Jacobs on the outside, and Dark Moves is filling the pocket. Prince Adair as they come on down the stretch drive. Prince Adair is under siege, but Prince Adair is digging in, and Prince Adair up the inside. Dark Moves appeared to get there. Prince Adair, Mock Jacobs, and finishing fourth was Rising Dragon, 157-1. Well, we touted Prince Adair, but just couldn't finish it off, Rob.
No, he couldn't finish it off, and tonight, should have been the night, I think, right? I mean, he gets to the two-hole early. Dark Moves wins the lead. That surprised me, I'll be honest. I didn't see that happening tonight, but Jay Harris had that one fired up, and he's as good as anybody getting them off the gate, no question about that. But then Prince Adair came around, got to the lead, and really it was kind of uneventful for much of the mile until the stretch drive when the two stablemates came to the leader on the inside and the outside, and you can see right there that Dark Moves gets the job done up the passing lane to defeat Prince Adair, and Mock Jacobs ended up, finishing a decent third, I'd say.
And certainly bravening up in the pocket. That was a good spot for Jay Harris, sitting on the back of Prince Adair. And I also Prince Adair is kind of a funky looking one in the way that he goes. I mean, I'm not an expert at that, but it's not. There's ones that I've seen smoother.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, he just, last time, I thought he was used really hard. This time around, when they hit the three-quarter pole, I said, okay, he's still going to close this out. It might get dicey, but he's still going to close it out. And of course, it's not the one we were expecting from the Panos barn that gets the job done. It's Dark Moves, and right off the gate, I said, well, this might be a different version of Dark Moves. They said he's been trending in the right direction. He hasn't shown that gate pop in a long time, and I think Jay Harris jumping back aboard certainly helped with that, and off a pocket trip, that's going to braven any horse up, and that might get his confidence back now, getting back to the winner's circle tonight.
Yeah, driven much more aggressively and got the job done. Back in front of us is number 4, Dark Moves. Black 4-year-old Dally Gelding, owned by Martin Kepfer. Jonathan Panos is the trainer. Jay Harris is the winning driver. Dark Moves, 3rd win this year. 4th win lifetime. Dark Moves, 157-1. The fifth race payouts for Dark Moves 1565, 2230 to Prince Adair, 250, 210, 6 Mark Jacobs, 210. $2 exactor, $24. Dollar try, $28.10. Pick 5 is 5 of 5, 1236.65, the dollar ticket. And the superfecta, $29.30. Fifth race order finish from the top to scratch 241, scratch 3. That's scratch 241, scratch 3. Field 4, race number 6 on parade. 1 Arch Ruler, Tyler Borth for John Holding and Morley Bosworth. Number 2 is Royal Leaf. George Ketros drives and trains and owns. Number 3 is Patrick's Choice. Tyler Moore for Rick Ziron and Cool Cat Stable. And number 4 is Come Home for Life. Dave Boughton for Don Lindsay and Paul Lindsay. And 5 is Allison Ann Hanover Marquette Soul. Drives and trains as partners with Chan Tien and Graham Hopkins and Peter Porter. And number 6, Yeti Said Go. Brent McDonough for Earl McLeod and Clifton Hobbs. And number 7 is Lady Flicks. Bruce Richardson for Susie Kerwood and M&L of Delaware. And number 8 is Ranger Rob Anthony Hunt for Dave Holiday. And 9 is Completed Promise, J.B. Renault for Julie Walker and Stephen Titus. Well, it's a field of 9, features the Super High 5, and I think it's a pretty wide open dash, but right away you're taking a flyer on one, Rob. I love that. On the inside, Arch Ruler.
Yeah, we've liked this one, right, Gary? We thought that this horse has been good, and he's been sneaky good. You know, he's a horse that, has been racing much better than his paper shows. Post 8 in his last 2, he advanced to pick up a check last time at 67-1. Well, if you like Come Home for Life in here, well, you got to give Arch Ruler a shot, because if you go down just 4 lines, you'll see a second place finish to that one, and that was a solid effort. Went to the lead at around the halfway mark, and then only got beat by 2 lengths to that rival, and should have a fitness edge over that one, because Come Home for Life hasn't raced since July the 10th. So I like Arch Ruler here. First time Tyler Borth has been aboard this one. Rail control. I'm hoping he goes forward off the gate. He is in to go, though, in just a few days at Kawartha Downs in the Prospect Series.
But I do like taking the flyer out of post position 1, and Tyler Borth just might make some speed in here, and Tyler's having a good day. Look, I took number 4, Come Home for Life, and, well, I'm not proud. I'm on the favorite, but Come Home for Life isn't one that leaves a bunch. Now, was able to win in that race that Arch Ruler was second, but that was a hard-fought win. Did eventually win by 2, but had to work at it and get out 3 wide to get it done.
Yeah, and the price is actually higher right now than I expected on this one. I thought Come Home for Life would be, closer to maybe around 6-5 or so, just because that effort was such a good one when he claimed victory 2 back. Race against the OSS Grassroots last time, was 4th to Armstead Cole, and I think he certainly figures in here, and is one that you have to kind of say, well, if all things go right for him and he's ready to roll after being off for more than a couple of weeks, he should be the one to take down. But for me, I did want to go against him and look for a better price, and hoping that Arch Ruler could turn the tables on this time around.
Number 6, Yeti Said Go, was outstanding here last time out.
Yeah, she was. There's no question about it. I mean, I was surprised that it was that dominant of a victory for Yeti Said Go. Kind of one that we've said in the past has been a little bit inconsistent. Well, she's been a lot more consistent lately. She's been racing well. She's hit the board in 4 of her last 5, and that last victory was just as easy as pie for her. Now, post 6 this time around, I think this is a deeper group. I think she's going to have things go her way. But if she won, would I be surprised? No.
And then the one that I took a flyer on that I liked was the 8. But we'll talk about number 7, Lady Flicks, who is currently on the board right now. Lady Flicks is 3-1. Was taking a lot of money early.
Yeah, and I would assume, Bruce Richardson did have his choice, because he usually drives Arch Ruler, and he's aboard Lady Flicks here. 3-year-old filly, and has shown some promise. I mean, I actually, picked her in her first start back in a grassroots race at Mohawk Park this season. But she also does have a tendency to make a break here, there, get a little bit funky gated. Post 7 is not an easy spot for a young filly here, and I thought she'd get overbet, and 3-1, in my opinion, is an overbet right now. Could she emerge victorious? Yes. I think she needs to have a lot of good things go her way, and has to avoid, making a break in stride over a half-mile track for the first time. So I put her, lower down in the rankings, but certainly she is a talented filly.
Well, you get 10-1 on Arch Ruler. Who I think right now offers good value is 2 Royal Leaf, 7-1. I've seen this one race pretty well, and I've seen this one race well on the front. supposed to. Maybe this is the time to go to the front and maybe beat Arch Ruler to the front. We'll see if that's the way it unfolds. But 7-1 on Royal Leaf. I like that value. Right now, I have 4 Come Home for Life at 2-1, and Arch Ruler on the inside 10-1. Rob's Choice. We'll see how it unfolds in the 6th, but it is Arch Ruler, Royal Leaf, and Patrick's Choice on the inside. Come Home for Life and Allison Ann Henover. In the center of the outside, Yeti Set Go, Lady Flicks and Ranger Rob. And the second tier, Completed Promise. It's a field of 9. It's the 6th dash. And here they come on a wonderful Wednesday at the river. Field 4. Race number 6 is charging towards the start. Off stride goes Arch Ruler. Come Home for Life is going to bolt out with Royal Leaf, and Yeti Set Go is racing down the center of the track and on the outside. Lady Flicks, but right now it is Come Home for Life who's going to sprint out against Royal Leaf on the inside. Come Home for Life and Royal Leaf. Yeti Set Go third. Then it is Lady Flicks and Patrick's Choice and Allison Ann Henover, Completed Promise, and then Ranger Rob and Arch Ruler after that early break is back trailing to field. Come Home for Life now dropped down to even money in the board and has got the lead. Royal Leaf at 7-1 rides the pocket. Yeti Set Go is third. Lady Flicks is racing fourth. And then it is Patrick's Choice and Allison Ann Henover. And now here comes Yeti Set Go. Yeti Set Go got the word go from Brett McDonald and popped out. Yeti Set Go is forcing the issue over Come Home for Life. Yeti Set Go now is going to stride up and take the lead. Come Home for Life is second. Now working on the outside, Lady Flicks, as Royal Leaf is still on the inside. Lady Flicks is taken third, and Royal Leaf fourth, and those 4 have separation on the rest of the field. And now Ranger Rob is kicking into gear and is racing fifth and is closing ground. Halftime 1 minute and 4/5. It is Yeti Set Go who's got the lead. Yeti Set Go leads it right now by 3. Then Come Home for Life and Lady Flicks. Then Royal Leaf and Ranger Rob. Yeti Set Go as they head on to 3/4. That lead is about 2 1/4. Come Home for Life hasn't thrown in the towel just yet. Lady Flicks is outside third. Royal Leaf is locked on the inside fourth. And then Ranger Rob. And the field races to the top of the stretch. Yeti Set Go and Come Home for Life and Lady Flicks, and then Royal Leaf in racing position. Fifth is Ranger Rob, and then it is Completed Promise. But Yeti Set Go as they come on down the lane. Yeti Set Go is going to win. Royal Leaf shook loose late up the inside, picked up second. Then it was Come Home for Life and Lady Flicks, but it was Yeti Set Go. Rob, when Brett McDonald gave the word go to this one, well, she knew what to do with it.
Yeah, so Yeti Set Go, an inconsistent type no more. And you know what she said to everyone tonight, Gary? She said, so you thought last week was a fluke? I think not, because she was incredible again. I mean, tight lines to Brett McDonald to the wire. I mean, listen, when she went to the lead again, I said, uh-oh, she looks as sharp as she did last time, and she might be gone in this group, and she just looks like a different horse right now.
And also, I should mention that the judges will put up the inquiry. They're looking at that break in stride of One Arch Ruler and how it might have impacted Completed Promise. And yours broke stride right at the start, took down your chances. It's been that kind of a night.
Yeah, it's been that kind of a night. You know, that was the break that broke my heart because Tyler Borth had Arch Ruler leaving out pretty well. He was pushing the gate away, and he was going to get away exactly where I wanted him, it looked like. But, yeah, made a miscue, and all hope was lost. That horse is going to be right back in to go at Kawartha Downs in a Prospect Series on the 30th. So maybe, he'll be able to rebound in that spot, but wasn't meant to be tonight, Gary.
And Royal Leaf came on to get second, kept covered up for a while, and then shook loose to get the exactor ticket.
Yeah, nice trip for Royal Leaf. And, it looked like a race that we thought there could be a little bit of value, and it ends up kind of panning out that way, right? With Come Home for Life, not getting the job done and fading in the stretch there. So Yeti Set Go second choice, but still some value in the exotics for sure.
Well, we weren't believers, but I think it's time for us to be believers. Yeti Set Go with back-to-back big wins. 4-year-old Holiday Road Brown Mare, owned by Clifton Hobbs and Earl McLeod, who's also the trainer. Brett McDonald, the winning drive. It's the 4th win for Yeti Set Go. 5th lifetime, mile of 2 minutes and 1/5. Fans note the judge's ruling that all horses received a fair start. The sixth race payout 6 Yeti set go 7.90, 5.10, $3 to Royal Leaf 6.30 and 3.20 and 4 come home for life 2.50 dollar high 5,000 27.70. The exactor 45.50 dollar try 59.90 and the dollar win for 1,730.35. The sixth race order finish from the top is at 927 381 456. That's 927 381 456. Fans, note in race number 10, we have a driver change on number 4. Rymar Champ to Ryan DeRoche. Ryan DeRoche will drive for Rymar Champ in the 10th.
Yeti set go with a dominating performance in race number 6. That closes out the early pick 4. You know what that means? It's time for the late pick 4, and yours truly would like to cash a ticket tonight. So let's hope we put together a winner to close out this evening with just 4 races left to go at the river on a wonderful Wednesday night. Let's take a look at what I've mapped out for this late pick 4 sequence. And we're going to start off with a single. No surprise. Cranberry Brie. That sun is going down fast. It is. That's a great shot, as always, from our broadcast team. Cranberry Brie singled here in the opening leg, race number 7. Big favorite. Don't want to try to beat her. Bruce Goit's got her now. I think she still goes out and wins with ease. In race number 8, 4 deep, the 1, 3, 5, and 6. Thought that was a pretty tricky race to handicap. I think Carson Scuda is going to take a lot of support in there, but we're going to go 4 deep. Try to get a price on that one. Race 9, the 1, 3, and 6. World Bank, our top selection. How do you not go to that one after his last effort racing, on Lasix for the first time and just under wraps to the wire? But they are trotters. We're going to use the 1 and 3 as well. Powerful Spirit was a nice first over winner. 2 back here at the river, so we're going to use him as well as the 3 Run Like Hill. 3 deep in race 9. And then in race number 10, well, I think that, it's a nice condition claiming race and a competitive one. I do like Gary's horse, I'm going to call him, Adrenaline Rush, one that he was fond of last time. First start off the bench. This time, second start should be good to go with the rail again. I think you also need to have the 2 Living on a Dream. Going to throw in Rymar Champ, one that might be a bit of a bomb play in that race, One-Man Army. And the 7 Nelson Eddie Hanover, although post 7 does concern me with that one. But we're going to go 5 deep in the finale, and that ticket will cost you $12 for a 20-cent wager. And again, we're banking all on the favorite here and then hoping for some value throughout the rest of the sequence. I don't know if I've got Gary with me.
Well, I did just join you because you know what I want to talk about? I don't want to go up pick 4. I think you've got it covered. In fact, if there's a horse that I would be worried about, Field Gunner in the 9th, but you can't take them all. But listen, did you look at the draw for Monday? It is outstanding.
It is unbelievable. Yeah, it's an unbelievable card. It always is, right? On Industry Day. It's one of my favorite days of the in racing of the entire year, and it's always an absolute stacked card. And of course, we've got our 2 signature races, Gary. And listen, like I said, I think Team McNair has a big day. I really do. And yeah, I can't wait.
And listen, we should remind people it is a 12:30 p.m. post time. Don't be the one guy. 1:30. Oh, I'm told it's 1. That's good because I was a little worried how I was going to get here at 12:30.
I've got 12:30.
Well, Christine just told me 1:30, and you know what?
Christine's always right.
Have we learned anything so far this year? What have we learned, Rob?
Christine is always right.
Yes. So 1:30. Disregard the 12:30. Look, if you want to come early, you can handicap the program because it's such a good card. You can look then.
I'll be there at 11:30.
Good stuff. Field for race number 7, as you usually say, is entering the track. So soon we'll hear from Gary Guy calling the post parade. Field for the 7th on parade. 1 Cranberry Brie. Brent McDonough for Bruce Scott and Michelle Bohr and Dwayne Solaire. To his right on a little bit, Travis Henry for Cassidy Schneider and Colonel Schneider Jr. 3 is War Diamond, George Ketros for Mary Ketros. 4 is Show Me Some Magic, Samuel Fillion for Bruce Cleaver. 5 is Southern Memories, Tyler Borth for Stuart McQueen and Robert Watson and James Grant. And number 6, See You Princess, Bo Brown drives and trains and owns a field of 6. Race number 7 starts the late pick 4. And Rob, we're going to touch on 1 Cranberry Brie. 1 to 2 on the board. I'm so happy to know that it's 1:30 on Monday, though, not 12:30. I get to sleep in a little bit longer.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I won't be because I'll be hard at work handicapping in the morning, all those last minute adjustments, and then making the trek over to Elora. So, but yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to that day. And if it is 1:30, I mean, it gives me a little more time.
Hold
to
it.
So that's a good thing.
Don't tell me that Christine has been just told. We're going to have to get an update here. But listen, by the way, you fill us in on Cranberry Brie, and I'm going to find out from Christine.
Yeah, I did think it was a 12:30 start, but anyways, Cranberry Brie, folks, is one that won 2 in a row, and now is stepping up in class, but has done it so easily that should have no trouble moving up here and getting the job done tonight from the pole position. Claimed by Bruce Goit last time. That trainer's got fantastic numbers this season. He's batting .388. Won 29 of 112 starts, and I think the Cranberry Brie is the clear one to beat. I obviously don't want to be on a 3 to 5 shot. It's been a rough kind of night throughout. We've taken some shots against favorites. They've come in. We've had some horses break stride behind the gate, but I do not want to waste any equity in this opening leg of the pick 4. I'm singling the 1 Cranberry Brie.
What is your second choice, the one behind Cranberry Brie, then?
The one I'm going to use for second in here, Gary, is the 4. I do like Show Me Some Magic for second. I just think that this one has got decent form at Kawartha Downs and has also raced well at the river and other half-mile tracks in the past. So I like Show Me Some Magic underneath. 6 to 1 on the board right now. There's some value there, no question about it. I would have a hard time though seeing her upsetting Cranberry Brie, but things have not gone according to plan all night tonight.
Number 2, Brandon Little Bit is sitting at 8 to 1 on the board. Look, that last race at Georgian, I wasn't overly impressed, but I've seen some other things about this mare that are decent.
Yeah, and the thing about this barn, Cassidy Schneider, I've seen her horses rebound nicely too, right? So last time finishing 5th and, got beat nearly 11 lengths. But before that, turned in a decent effort to be second, got placed back to 3rd. It was at Clinton. And I could see, her coming back with a better effort tonight. I mean, she's racing on short rest. She should be tight enough after missing, about 19 days prior to her start prior. So I think that Brandon Lilibet at 7 to 1 is not one you want to exclude here, and maybe one you want to look at if you want to try to upset the big favorite right now.
And then you went to War Diamond on the bottom of the ticket, and George had a good one. Royal Leaf finished second in that 6th race and comes right back here in the 7th.
A lot of support for this one too throughout the betting. 3 to 1 right now on War Diamond, and second start after missing a little bit of time. And last time, obviously, faced off against conditioned foes and now back to the claiming rank. So you've got to like that. But this is an open claimer, and she was racing in conditioned claimers before. So I'm always a bit leery to get too excited about ones like that. However, I do think she merits respect in the exotics.
Well, it is a field of 6 for the 7th. And don't forget, 12:30 on Monday. Be here early.
That's why I was going to be there at 11:30.
Good stuff. Well, the field for the 7th is taking up their positions. It's Cranberry Brie, Brandon Lilibet on the inside, War Diamond, and Show Me Some Magic in the center. To the outside, Southern Memories, and See You Princess. 12:30 on Monday.
Yeah. You better mark that one down on the wall somewhere.
It's a field of 6, and it is the 7th race. at the start. And they're off. Cranberry Brie, Southern Memories, and Brad a little bit and See You Princess. Then as they work around the turn, it is back to Show Me Some Magic, and then we've got War Diamond, and now See You Princess drops back and is trailing the field, and it is Southern Memories who's got the lead. Southern Memories as the field heads east towards the opening quarter. Cranberry Brie has now come on to get the lead, and Southern Memories is racing second. Brad a little bit is third. War Diamond racing fourth, and then Show Me Some Magic and See You Princess. Cranberry Brie is 1-9 on the board and leads at a length and 3/4. Southern Memories, good spot, riding in the pocket. Right down a little bit is third. War Diamond, then Show Me Some Magic and See You Princess. And Cranberry Brie has got the lead as they work their way up towards the half. And Southern Memories is right there enjoying the view in the pocket. And Brian down a little bit is racing position to third. Then it is Show Me Some Magic and War Diamond. And See You Princess is trailing the field. Off a half of 1 minute, they race on into the backstretch. And Cranberry Brie, Southern Memories racing second. Cranberry Brie is going to let it out a little notch and lead it by about 2.25 lengths now over Southern Memories. And then Brian down a little bit is racing position third. Then Show Me Some Magic. War Diamond now takes over fourth, and on the outside Show Me Some Magic has dropped back, and See You Princess is trailing the field. Cranberry Brie, Southern Memories racing position to second as they work their way on towards the top of the stretch. And then Brian down a little bit is racing third, and War Diamond is fourth as the field turns for home in a big 28 3/3 panel as Cranberry Brie gets away on the field. Cranberry Brie has got this one. Southern Memories was able to stick for second. Then it was Brian down a little bit, and War Diamond. Cranberry Brie, we've had some favorites go down, but not this one, Rob.
No, there was no doubt about this one. Right off the gate. I mean, got away and then moved to the lead. And you can see she looks strong throughout. I mean, she's won 2 in a row, easy as pie. Last one coming here at the river in a 7,000 claim, moves up to 8,500 ranks and does it easy by as much as she pleased. But I was impressed by the second place finisher, Southern Memories. Blasted off the wings of the gate. And then stuck around there and was a pretty strong second, best of the rest for sure.
Well, I'm sure Stuart McQueen had to be happy because the last couple starts for Southern Memories, this one kind of ran out of gas late in the mile, and that one at Dresden kind of backed away quite a bit, but certainly didn't back away here.
No, it didn't. And you can see the couple of mares behind her were trying to reel her in and working hard to do so, but weren't really getting any kind of ground on her. I mean, the fractions obviously may hurt as well, right? Second quarter, was over a 30-second breather there, but did well though to keep those ones at bay. And Bright down a little bit. I thought raced okay to get a piece of it in third, and War Diamond looked like she had her best pace right in the final strides there to get up for fourth.
Yeah, and when you get one like Cranberry Brie, who did race here in 57 3 last time on, and gets the half in 1 minute, it is over.
Yeah, it's lights out. But I mean, I think it's also the respect factor, right? She's been so dominant here. I mean, winning from post 7 last time, which is certainly difficult to do on this half-mile service of the river. And this time around, no one's really going to test her, right? So she gets that breather to the half, and then it's just lights out from there.
It is a 1-5-2-3, and coming back in front of us is one Cranberry Brie, a 6-year-old better than Shetter Bay mare, owned by Michelle Bohr and Dwayne Soulaire and Bruce Goyd, who's also the trainer. Brett McDonald, the winning drive. It's the 5th win for Cranberry Brie this year, an 18th lifetime. Mile of 157 2. Also should mention back-to-back driving wins for Brett McDonald, taking races 6 and 7 with Yeti Said Go and Cranberry Brie. The seventh race payouts: one Cranberry Brie, 210, 210, and 210. Five Southern Memories, 820, 290, and two Brydown Lilibet, $3. Dollar pick three, three of three, 60.90. $2 exactor, 12.30. Dollar try, 16.95. Dollar super, 56.60. The seventh race order finish from the top: 134,526. That's 134,526. Field for the eighth on parade. One Steely Dawn, Teleport for Bud Sinclair and Lindsay Sinclair. Two Century Harlot, Colin Kelly for Peter Brickman and Aaron Swainson Brickman. Three Carson's Good at Travis Henry for Louis Gregg. Four is Carnival Heart, Brett McDonough for Julie Walker and Dr. Terry Fraud and Darlene Carr. Five is Bridehound, Better Be, Garrett Rooney for Kendall Ron and Brighton Farms. Number 6, Day to Party, Brian DeRoche for Ben Wallace and Wallace Standovich and Daniel Plouffe and Terry Krawick. 7 is Chambra Stormy, Paul McKenzie for John Ryer. Number 8, Sheila's Brush, Anthony Hahn for Ken Oliver and Milton Young. And 9 is Can't Stop the Feelin', Travis Cullen for Courtney Bishop. Field of 9, race 8, Fillies and Mares, a good condition group. And we're looking at 1 to 2 on Carson's Gouda. Rob, I don't think Carson's Gouda is 1 to 2 the best in here. This is a fairly decent bunch.
Yeah, I think it is a little deeper than it might first appear when you look at the program. And I thought Carson's Gouda would take support in here, no question about it. And I said that when I broke down the pick 4 ticket. I said I think that one will get bet heavily. But do I think she should be odds on in here? Probably not. I think, more like around 8 to 5 ish, around that, more closer to her morning line, anyways. And she's been racing, okay in a pop up event against much tougher, obviously, at Mohawk Park. But if you go further down, you can see her lines. I mean, she was beaten here in this class on June the 20th to Sophia Lolita, and I think that she might be the one to beat in here. But I wouldn't want to be taking too short of a price on her.
Now, number 6, Data Party, is one that you've been watching at Mohawk, and then I saw this one up at Georgian Downs, and definitely Data Party. Well, longtime trainer Ben Wallace, who's had a lot of success in his career. Data Party is not one to sneeze at in here, and you get 11 to 1.
Yeah, 11 to 1's a good price on Data Party right now. There's no question about it. And racing an OSS Grassroots event last time before that was competing in the same pop-up series that we saw the favorite Carson's Gouda compete in as well. And this horse, she won the Grassroots Championship last season at 2, and has not really found that form as of yet. You can see she made over 76,000 last year as a 2-year-old. This year she's over 6 with just over 6,000 made, but she looks sharp on the track right now, and at some point you think she kind of finds that form, and she kind of did 3 starts ago when she only got beat 3/4 of a length the Big Diamond on the big track. So 11 to 1 right now. Data Party's intriguing for me, Gary.
And 1 Steely Dawn is one that you wouldn't have to work hard to make an argument for.
No, like look, last time, dominant winner, right? Went to the lead, and we were a little bit surprised to see that one rifle right to the front in that outing, and controlled the race. Won by 2 lengths, 56 and 2. Now you get rail control tonight, and maybe we're just going to see this one push out of there and sit a favorable trip, or maybe try to cut it. Either way, this one was knocking at the door for quite a few starts after winning in a condition claimer, and made a nice transition to this class. Won it last time, and really, I think off a win, you've got to always be, cautious leaving one out, because she might just be confident now. And 6 of 20 this season, 9 to 2 on the board. That's not bad at all.
And number 5, Bridehound, Better Be, Garrett Rooney, raced consistently well in the last couple, and overall fits nicely in here.
Yeah, it was interesting because she was getting the 2-hole trip, last time to Steely Dawn, and I said I was kind of getting excited because I needed that one on that occasion, and I thought she was going to wait for the passing lane, but I think the concern was maybe Steely Dawn would slow up in front of her, so actually left the pocket to go wide on the final turn, and definitely ended up costing her some lengths, and she only got beat 2 on the end of it. So I thought it was a better effort than it appears. It looks like she just had an inside trip and just kind of finished third. She didn't. She actually made a big wide move on the final turn. So I think the line's better than it looks, and 8 to 1 on the board is not a bad price. I thought she would take more support. I thought off that last effort and others seeing what happened to her in that race, she would get bet down maybe to around 3 or 4 to 1, but price is holding at a big number.
And Rob, I wouldn't be afraid to take a flyer on Carnival Heart at 13 to 1. Better post position. 3 races ago, this one had a better post 4 in this class and was beaten only half a length. Carnival Heart can get good 14 to 1.
I've been fond of this one, right? I've been chasing Carnival Heart. So if you want a Robert off angle, here it is. Carnival Heart. And yeah, last time advanced a few positions to finish 5th after getting away 8th from the 8 hole, and has shown, flashes of being good. And I've mentioned it before, around this time last year is when she got good and she strung together some victories. So I don't mind that at all, Gary. 14 to 1. If someone wants to take a flyer on her, go ahead.
Well, Carson's Gouda, I think, is too low, 3 to 5, but certainly the one that we think is the one to beat. Taking up their positions, Steely Dawn, Century Harlot, and Carson's Gouda on the inside. Carnival Heart and Brightdown Better be in the center. To the outside, Day to Party, Chumbro, Stormy, and Sheila's Rush. And the second tier, Can't Stop the Feeling. It's a field of 9, race number 8. They're at the top of the stretch, and here they come on a wonderful Wednesday. Whoopee! Field for the 8th race is at the start of the rough. Carnival Heart's going to bolt out. Carson's Gouda, Steely Dawn, and then Day to Party and Century Harlot. But as the field sprints hard into the first turn, Steely Dawn is on the inside. Carnival Heart. Now Carson's Gouda is second. Carnival Heart is third. Can't Stop the Feelings racing fourth. Then Century Harlot and Day to Party and Brightdown Better be in Charmbro, Stormy, and Sheila's Rush. And Carson's Gouda now is going to set up shop on the lead. And that's Steely Dawn racing the pocket. Can't Stop the Feeling is third as they race on past that opening quarter and stop the timer at 27-4. Carnival Heart is on the pylons, racing position fourth. Then Century Harlot and Day to Party and Brightdown Better be. Charmbro, Stormy, and Sheila's Rush. Carson's Gouda, the 3 to 5 favorites, got the lead. Steely Dawn and Tyler Borth enjoying the view in the pocket. And now on the outside, Can't Stop the Feeling is moving. And Carnival Heart is situated second over. Century Harlot fifth of the inside. Then it is Day to Party, part of the outer flow. Brightdown Better be in Chumbro, Stormy, and Sheila's Rush. 57-3 at the halftime. 29-4 second pedal breather for Carson's Gouda. Steely Dawn is in the pocket. Can't Stop the Feeling is moving up on the outside, is taken over second. Steely Dawn third, and Carnival Heart is within striking distance fourth. Then Century Harlot is fifth of the inside. Day to Party is partying sixth, and then Brightdown Better be. Sheila's Rush and Charmbro, Stormy. Carson's Gouda starts to get away on the field. Carson's Gouda, Steely Dawn, Can't Stop the Feeling has stopped a little bit. On the inside is Century Harlot, and then Day to Party and Carnival Heart, but it is Carson's Gouda as they turn for home. Carson's Gouda at 3 to 5 of the board lives up to it. Steely Dawn is looking to hold on to second, but Century Harlot might have stolen second from Steely Dawn, and Brightdown Better be on the inside. But Carson's Gouda got heavily bet and then said, yeah, I'm that good.
Yeah, she did. She was much the best. She was intended having the lead there. Came back around Steely Dawn, 3 to 5, much the best winner. Travis Henry, tight lines pretty much to the wire here by a wide margin. And again, a horse that we thought, looked to be best in here, just weren't willing to, take that shorter price, even though she was my top selection. But 3 to 5 seemed short. But in the end, she won like a 3 to 5 shot should, and a tight foot over second between Steely Dawn and Century Harlot.
I thought maybe Century Harlot got up, but one thing about Century Harlot, we kind of went off of this one because the last race wasn't all that impressive, but she was good in the 4 previous starts, so came right back.
Yeah, and she kind of launched herself, too, out of the 3-hole in the stretch, and it looks like she did get up for the place spot over Steely Dawn, who, another, decent effort in this class, and one that, always seems to be in the mix and always gets a piece of it. And Brightdown Better be, another kind of traffic mirror trip there. She ended up behind some stalled at her flow and stayed on the pylons. I think that she draws inside. I mean, next time around you've got to give her a long look again.
Well, we both called it 3-6-1-5, and it comes a 3-2-1-5, so sort of there, but you can't cash that superfecta ticket if you had the 6 in it. Day to Party just really didn't manage to get into the party at the end.
No, she was third over, and I thought when she started tipping to the outside, we might see this one make a lively bid in the late stages, but kind of just came up empty, and still trying to find that form that she had at 2, and maybe she'll get there, as the summer rolls on.
Well, Carson's Gouda had no trouble finding the winning form. Carson's Gouda back in front of us. 4-year-old Better Than Shetter Bay Mare, owned by Bill Carson. Louis Gregg is the trainer. Travis Henry, Turk Henry, the winning driver. Fourth win this year, sixth lifetime. Carson's Gouda, 155 flat. Eighth race payout, 3 Carson's Gouda, 320, 240, 230, 2 Century Harlot, 860 and 510, and 1 Steely Dawn, 310. $2 exactor, 1510. Dollar try, 2450. Dollar superfecta, 104.20. 8th race, so we're finished in the top. 321 846 795. That's 321 846 795. Field 4, race 9 on parade. 1 Powerful Spirit. Sammy Fillion for Gerard Demaris and Triple S Equine. Number 2, top of the bar, George Catros drives and trains and owns along with Mario Hebert. And number 3, Run Like Hill, Colin Kelly for Francis Guillemette. And number 4 is Mike the Knight, Anthony Hunt for Dave Holiday and Ben Holiday. 5 is Field Gunner, Travis Henry for Jordan Sumner and Blue Shoe Investments. And number 6, World Bank, Brett McDonough for Dominic Gladue. And the stable, Field of 6, race number 9. And we're going to stay right there with number 6, World Bank. And Rob, your top one, not getting a lot of love. 7-2 on the board. World Bank and Brett McDonald off of a win and a good-looking win here.
Oh, it was visually impressive, Gary. And, this horse took early support, and now we're seeing that price drift up. And, last time it was kind of effortless in the stretch. Had been, off a little bit of time anyways, just about a month, and came back on Lasix, and we'll race second time on Lasix tonight, and just was on cruise control in the stretch. He slipped out second over, came off his cover, and I had to watch the replay a few times to make sure it was the way I remembered it, but he just did it so easy to the wire, and it was impossible for me to go against him tonight, even from the uttermost post in the contest, just because how good he looked last time, and now back on a regular rotation. He might even come back and be even better tonight, and doesn't really face much more difficult group than he went up against last time.
Now that was a mile of 59-2 and won by 2.5. Powerful Spirit won here in 58-3, July the 15th. Since then, had that start 2 days ago at Mohawk, and I should mention 6th beaten 5.25, 57-2. But Powerful Spirit 2-1. Sammy Fillion might have the key with this one.
Yeah, I think so. Looks good on the track right now. And that effort at Mohawk Park, I actually put him on top in the Horse Players Journal because he did catch my eye, and he was one that I did have in the multi-leg wagers on that occasion on the 15th here when he won first over. I think that this group is probably rates up pretty well against the one that he beat on that occasion. And for me, he's my second choice in here. And no surprise he's taking support. 2-1, I think, is a little bit short, to be perfectly honest. And I think the value resides with World Bank. The mile was slower, but it was pretty impressive and under wraps to the wire. So I think there's more in the tank for World Bank.
Number 3, Run Like Hill is 4-1 on the board now. World Bank beat Run Like Hill pretty comfortably the last time out. Run Like Hill once again gets post 3, but it is the second start back with Francis Guillemette. This one kind of got off form and then got back with Francis and got rolling. Run Like Hill, Colin Kelly. I expect a solid outing here, 9-2.
I think so too. That's why I was using 1-3-6 in the pick 4 and Run Like Hill. It was tough for me to actually put him back to the third spot because, like you said, second start back in this barn, also back on a regular schedule after missing 17 days prior to his latest. So this barn now has had some more time with him, and we'll get him back in on that regular rotation. First over quite a ways last time before forging to the lead, and I thought maybe would be able to trot on and win at 7-1. However, World Bank went by him with relative ease in the stretch, but I expect good things from Run Lake Hill tonight. I think that those three are the ones that are going to decide it.
And number 5, Field Gunner. The last 2 races, some of the ones that beat him because he finished third in both of them. Bastiano, Princess Party Pants, World Bank, and Run Like Hill. Field Gunner, not out of the question, 7-2.
He's not. The thing about Field Gunner is he was kind of one that was having to come from out of it and not able to get there. Last time he pushed out into the 2-hole and then, ended up finishing third on the end of it. Really couldn't, compete with the top 2 finishers in the stretch anyways. So I think that Field Gunner, for me, is a peripheral player in here. And again, I love the way he's been racing as of late, and he's done really good things under Jordan Sumner so far. So looking forward to see what he does from here. But for me, a smaller share tonight.
And number 4, Mike the Knight, moves up off a win. But that was a hard-fought win, and this is one that races out of a sharp barn and has 6 wins on the year.
Yeah, I don't think this, feels out of his range, but I think that maybe tonight, getting reacclimated to this level of rivals might be one that he needs to get a start under his belt. But yeah, a good winner last time, and sometimes horses get confident off a win. Last time he won, he came right back with a victory. Actually, then before that, he strung three together. So who knows? Maybe he can do it again tonight.
Well, the fans have made right now one Powerful Spirit, the 9-5 betting favorite. Your top one is World Bank at 5-2 on the board, and I got 3 Run Like Hill. Got a hunch play it down to 3-1 now. Field of 6, race 9, Powerful Spirit, top of the bar on the inside of the center. Run Like Hill and Mike the Knight to the outside. Field Gunner and World Bank. It is a field of 6 for the 9th race. They're at the start of the rough. Top of the bar, Run Like Hill. Field Gunner guns from the outside. Then it is Powerful Spirit. Mike the Knight and World Bank is relaxed away, trailing the field. And Field Gunner is still gunning on the outside. Field Gunner is going to come up and take the lead. Top of the bar is racing second. Run Like Hill third. Then Powerful Spirit is fourth and is about 8 or 9 off the lead. Then it is back to Mike the Knight, and World Bank trails the field as they race on to the opening quarter. Field Gunner at 6-1. Top of the bar is racing second, 2 lengths off the lead. 28-3 is the opening quarter. And Run Like Hill is positioned to third as they work their way around the turn. Then it is Powerful Spirit and Mike the Knight. And World Bank has to pass 5 to win as they work their way off the turn. And popping out from third, Run Like Hill is going to be the first up challenger. It is Field Gunner, top of the bar. Run Like Hill now to the outside is moving up and has taken over second. Top of the bar is third. Powerful Spirit is fourth. Halftime 59-2. A 30-4 second panel breather as they work their way into the backstretch. Field Gunner, Run Like Hill on the outside. Top of the bar on the inside as they race the backstretch. Then it is Powerful Spirit and Mike the Knight, and World Bank is still trailing the field. It is Field Gunner and Travis Henry. Run Like Hill grinding on the outside, but Field Gunner still maintains a lead of about a length and a half over Run Like Hill. Top of the bar is racing third. Then Powerful Spirit and Mike the Knight. And World Bank is still trailing the field. Field Gunner, Run Like Hill. Top of the bar is racing third. Then Powerful Spirit. World Bank kicks in a bit on the outside, but still a lot of work to do. And then Mike the Knight, they turn for home. Field Gunner, Run Like Hill, darting down to the inside. Top of the bar, Field Gunner, top of the bar, flying up the inside, and top of the bar, up the passing lane's gonna win for George Ketros. Then Field Gunner, Run Like Hill, and Mike the Knight, a mile of 1:58-1. Top of the bar, a field of 6 we talked about of all of them except for 2 top of the bar, and top of the bar comes out on top, Rob.
Not the first time that's happened, Gary. Haven't you been chasing this one? Top of the bar?
Yeah, and then I kind of get off. And third beaten ahead at Hanover last race. But, yeah, back here, trailer post, third. Just hard to figure.
Yeah. 0 for 25 on the season. And this looked like a pretty snug group. Looked like a pretty tough group. And this one ends up getting the perfect 2-hole ride out the passing lane late to win. And does so by about a length on the wire there. So 0 for 25 this season, 1 for 21 last season. Gets back to the winner's circle. Been a long time between drinks for top of the bar.
Yeah, top of the bar comes out on top for George Ketros, and he also had a nice race back in the 6th race with Royal Leaf finishing second. So it's been a decent night for George Ketros. You know who raced well was Field Gunner, and I thought that was one that might put in a strong performance and just got caught late.
Yeah, he did. And, it was Ishodi, had that early foot last time when he pushed out from post 2. This time, blasted the lead from post 5 and almost stole it. Got that second quarter breather and just wasn't able to hold off at top of the bar. But kind of a race, I didn't see it kind of panning out that way. World Bank gets away last, and I guess kind of at the mercy of the cover in front of him, but never really able to get into it. Certainly not like he did last time. And Powerful Spirit, another one that kind of wasn't really able to show up tonight. Run Like Hill made a bid first over, but that kind of came up flat as well. So the opportunistic top of the bar gets the job done.
Well, top of the bar in 1:58-1 was the longest shot on the board at 14-1. It's been an interesting night here at Grand River Raceway. Top of the bar comes back in front of us 4-year-old Muscle Mass Bay mare, owned by George Ketros and Mary Weber. George Ketros is the trainer and the winning driver. It's the first win this year and the fifth win lifetime. Top of the bar, 150, 8-1. On the board, 2534. Note we had a malfunction of the photo finish camera, so the judge's decision of 2534 will be made final. Ninth race payouts, two top of the bar, 30 30, 10 60, 430. Field Gunners, 650, 340, and 3 Raleigh Hill, 340. $2 exactor, 197.80. The dollar try, 351.20. The dollar super, $1,609.80. The ninth race order finish from the top is 5 dead heat, 1, 3, 4, 2, 5 dead heat. That's 5 dead heat, 1, 3, 4, 2, 5 dead heat. Field on parade for the 10th one. Adrenaline Rush. Travis Henry for Debbie O'Brien Morin and the Staple. Number 2 is Living on a Dream. Colin Kelleher, Katie, Gene Miller, and Travis Forbes. And 3 is Quinn's Frisky Whiskey. Tyler Borth for Bud Sinclair and Lindsay Sinclair. And 4 is Rymar Champ Ryan DeRoche from Mitchell Tierney and Robert and Ron Woodburn. 5 is One Man Army. Paul McKenzie drives and trains and owns. And number 6, Diamond Rock Talibor for Pam Forgy and Don Schuldeis. And number 7 is Nelson Eddie Hanover Nick Boyd for Craig Bars and Nurko Sokolovic. Number 8 is Galterio Hanover Travis Cullen for Jay Conklin and Percy Jones. And 9, Delightful Magic, Brent Madonna for Crystal and Nother. Field of 9, race 10, Ryan DeRoche drives the 4. This dash features the Super High 5, and we're going to start with Rob's top pick, Adrenaline Rush. I hope I didn't steer you wrong there, Rob. Rob?
No, I hope not. I mean, I thought last time you made a really nice selection with Adrenaline Rush and was a rock solid runner-up to Galterio Hanover, who now unfortunately has to work from post 8, so that certainly changes his outlook on the race. But Adrenaline Rush goes right back to the pole position and get a second start back off a lengthy layoff. And by all right, Gary, he should be better tonight. He gets to work from that same starting spot, and I think he'll be right there at the wire. I gave him the edge, and in a race that I thought that, the betting board might go a lot of different directions, and that's what's playing out right now. He's the favorite at 3-1.
And number 2, Living on a Dream, is a very logical one you could get to as well in here. Races out of a solid barn, and this is one that's won 5 of 20 on the year.
Yeah, and hit the board in 10 of those 20 starts. And you look at the races he's been doing well, and he's racing some open claimers, and he won an open 7 here. Last time was third in an open 8,500 claimer, and I like how those match up against condition claiming ranks, even for a tag of 15,000. Great post to work from. I think he's going to go forward off the gate, and he won't go down without a fight. So I think it's going to be the inside 2 here. No surprise, Living on a Dream taking support at 4-1.
And number 5, One Man Army, was, right in behind Galterio Hanover and Adrenaline Rush last time out. And overall is one that shows enough recent form to be a thought to win.
Yeah, we both thought that he could have been a little bit better in that effort last time. Got away in the 2-hole and then, just kind of finished third. Didn't really come forward much in the stretch, but it was a decent enough effort, and it was bet down to favoritism that time around. Now you're getting 9-1. So if you backed him last time, you might as well try him again in a much bigger number on the board. And I mean, he can be right there with them. It's just I thought that he could have finished a little stronger in his latest.
Nelson Eddie Hanover is one that backed away late last at Georgian Downs, but they were going pretty quick, and that mile went in 53-1. Nelson Eddie Hanover, if it wasn't for the post, might have been my top one.
Yeah, it's just the post is so hard for me to get there with him on top. I think he's got a chance in here. It just depends how the race kind of plays out. And last time that overland trip came against much tougher. That's an open non-winners of 3 at Georgian Downs. And you look at those condition claimers at Kawartha Downs. He won 3 of 4, made a break in the other one. It was bet down to favoritism in that effort. So if the trip can work out, I think he can be right there with these, if not get the better of them. It's just the post 7 just really made me shy away from him, Gary.
And a thought on Reimar Champ. I like 16-1.
Well, last time, he went after them early, right? He went first over against Galterio Hanover, and not often you see one at a long price like 40-1 go first over against a well-meant horse, and he did, and he didn't really shy away too much in the end of it. Only got beat 5 lengths, so I think he can be part of this high 5.
And he had been off more than 3 weeks before that started. Now comes back 7 days later, so on the more regular rotation. So you could make an argument for Reimar Champ, and 15-1 belongs on the ticket, I think, Rob. And field for the 10th race taking up their positions. Adrenaline Rush is now the 2-1 favorite. On the inside with Living on a Dream and Quinn's Frisky Whiskey. In the center, Reimar Champ and One Man Army. To the outside, Diamond Rock Nelson, Eddie Hanover, and Galterio Hanover. And the second tier, Delightful Magic. Field of 9, it's the 10th and final dash. Here they come. Field for the 10th race is into the stretch drive, approaching the start. And they're at the start of the drive. Living on a Dream, Quinn's Frisky Whiskey, Adrenaline Rush, and One Man Army. Then Reimar Champ, Delightful Magic. Then it is Diamond Rock and Nelson Eddie Hanover and Galterio Hanover. Into the backstretch they go. Living on a Dream is living on the lead for Colin Kelly. Adrenaline Rush is filling the pocket. Quinn's Frisky Whiskey is third. One Man Army still marching fourth. Reimar Champ is fifth on the inside. Then it is fact, Diamond Rock and Delightful Magic Galterio ahead of her. Second last, and then Nelson Eddie Hanover has a lot of work to do from ninth. They work on past that opening quarter in 28 seconds. Living on a Dream. One Man Army is working on the outside, and Adrenaline Rush is right there in a good spot on the inside third. And Quinn's Frisky Whiskey is racing fourth. Diamond Rock is rocking an outside spot. Rymar Champ on the inside, about 6 or 7 off the lead. Then Delightful Magic and Galterio Hanover. And then Nelson Eddie Hanover. 56-4 the halftime. It's a lively half, and it was put up by Living on a Dream with Adrenaline Rush right there in the pocket. One Man Army has been out for a while and is about 2.5 or 3 back, and then Quinn's Frisky Whiskey and Diamond Rock, Rymar Champ, Delightful Magic, Galterio Hanover, and then Nelson Eddie Hanover, and popping out of the pocket, Adrenaline Rush, and is going to rush up alongside Living on a Dream. 3/4 up in 125-4. Adrenaline Rush now looking to chase down Living on a Dream, and now sticks ahead in front. It is Adrenaline Rush. Living on a Dream put up a stiff half of 56-4, but isn't giving away easily. Adrenaline Rush and Living on a Dream, they have separated from the field and they're dueling. Adrenaline Rush now has got the late lead. Adrenaline Rush was able to wear down a stubborn Living on a Dream. Then Diamond Rock, Nelson Eddie Hanover, and Quinn's Frisky Whiskey. Adrenaline Rush got the job done, Rob, but it wasn't easy. Had to really work to get the better of Living on a Dream.
Yeah, I did. I mean, it was a 2-horse breakaway. You know, it was the two that I thought would come down to decide it, right? Was Adrenaline Rush and Living on a Dream. And Living on a Dream had to take on a challenge from One Man Army. And of course, when it came down to the stretch, so Adrenaline Rush, you know, that start last time did him a lot of good, because this time around he gets past the leader and marches on to a pretty solid victory. But no shame in defeat for Living on a Dream. That was a rock solid runner-up finish.
Yeah, I kind of thought going to 3/4 that the key would be that the 56-4 half just might have softened up Living on a Dream enough, and certainly still hung pretty well.
Yeah, he did. You know, no question about it. I mean, when they had to have 56-4, I said, oh, you know, the backfield might get in motion here, but they were just too good. They sprinted away, and they had the two best posts. They got to the early lead and sat 1-2, and it went that way around the racetrack. So, you know, hats off to both those horses. And you know, Diamond Rock made a nice rally for the third spot. I think Nelson Eddie Hanover too got into the mix late.
Yeah, got up for fourth, and then Quinn's Frisky Whiskey. Well, your top two were Adrenaline Rush and Living on a Dream in that final dash. So Adrenaline Rush did live up to what we saw of him last time out, and that's certainly one to keep an eye on now, because he's probably going to get rolling pretty nicely here in his 4-year-old year.
Yeah, I would think so. Yes, I got to give some credit to you, Gary, because you tipped me to this horse last time, and then you go back and watch the replay and say, yeah, next time around he's going to be a winner, and that's exactly what he did.
Well, it is a 1-2-6-7-3, and by the way, what time is post time on Monday?
12:30.
Gary Guy.
12:30 on Monday.
I'll be there at 10:30.
You'll be there at 10:30. I'll be here at 12:29. No, I won't. I'm just kidding. Back in front of us is one Adrenaline Rush, a 4-year-old Royal Majesty Bay gelding, owned by the stable, trained by Debbie O'Brien Moran. Travis Henry, the winning driver. It's the first win for Adrenaline Rush on the year, and the 4th win lifetime. Also note the driving double on the evening for Travis Henry. Back in front of us, the winner of the 10th, one Adrenaline Rush, 573, 92, 92. Living on a Dream, 392.60. 6 Diamond Rock, 410. The dollar pick, the $2 exactor, 22.90. Dollar try is 60.90. $2 a double, 135.30. Dollar win for 4 of 4, 134.65, and the dollar high five, 986.05. The 10th race order of finish from the top is a 125-983-476. That's 125-983-476 on the bottom. Well, fans, that does conclude the live harness racing program for this Wednesday evening. Our next racing day is this Friday at 6:30 p.m. That's this Friday at 6:30 p.m. Buenas noches, amigos. Good night, everybody. Good night, Christine.
Good night, Gary.
12:30 on Monday, by the way.